Hi everyone, this is Meera and today I'm in my class and teaching to my students how to manage their time in IELTS reading and jump from 5 bands to 7 bands. Listen to me. Happy, you just say me, what's your problem? Can you manage your time in reading?
No.
And you Ajay?
No, ma'am.
No. Like what do you think? You can jump from 5 bands to 7 bands in your IELTS reading?
Yes.
How? Listen to me. I'm going to say you. Happy and Ajay and other students, just listen to me very carefully. What I have checked, that you know reading. If you get the time, more time, like more than 1 hour also, I think you can score 7 and even 9 bands. But still, the main problem is what? Is the time management. See how to manage your time and how to answer the questions very carefully and how to answer the questions correctly. Whenever the IELTS reading paper comes in front of you, you just open the paper and see all the passages. Here in front of me, I'm going to solve with you passage number 2. And that also, many students say that, ma'am, first passage is easy, second passage is little difficult, and the third passage is more difficult. No, I don't think so. Just happy you say me. What did you study in your 12th or graduation?
Commerce stream. I have studied
Commerce
accounts
stream.
and
So were you a sports person?
Yeah.
Alright. So suppose the third passage is related to sports. So what do you say? That third passage would be difficult to you?
No, absolutely.
No. And Ajay, you are a science student or?
Art student.
Art student. Do you have the knowledge of science something?
Yeah, ma'am. Little.
Alright. So do you like science passages?
Yeah, ma'am.
So if you like science passages or you were the sports students or the science student, whether the science passage is the third passage or the second passage or the first passage, that you will feel easier. Am I right?
Yes.
Alright. Now see, this is the passage in front of me. As I mentioned you earlier, that this is the second passage and that also fever paper. See, so many students say that, ma'am, fever is difficult, IDP is difficult, Oxford is difficult. No, it's not difficult. If you follow all the tips and techniques, those I'm going to give you. See, the first types of questions are what? Yes, no, not given. And the second are what label diagram. And the third types of questions are what? Name matching. But how to manage that time? Listen, total 12 or 13 questions are there in one passage. Now, if there are 12 questions, then 12 minutes. If there are 13 questions, then 13 minutes. See, if in 13 minutes or 12 minutes, if you are able to give 6 to 7 questions correct answers, then obviously you are successful. Means in half an hour or 35 minutes, you will be able to give minimum 20 questions answers correct. Then remaining half an hour, you just go back. What happens, when we read the book that is old to you, means that book that you have read before also, and you open that book, what do you think? What do you say? That book you find easier to read?
Yes.
And if I give you the new book to read, that book you find easy to read, or you find like, how can I finish it in time limit? What do you say? It's easy or it's little difficult?
Little
the new
difficult.
book.
Little difficult.
Difficult. So just what I want to say, you make your paper like old to you, that you have read it before. So see, I'm going to find out the answers to the questions yes, no, not given. Total 4 yes, no, not given. So 4 questions means 4 minutes. Now see, I'm going to mark. Like influenza epidemic was more rampant. So if you don't know the meaning of any word, don't worry about that. Just think that word is positive or negative. Here the person is comparing. The tense is past tense. More rampant in London city than in rural area. Now you people also mark. Similarly, the second question, the letter was replied to Mrs. Carlyle bearing no signed name to claim company's innocence. You people just mark with me this. The Kabbalic smart ball lost its lawsuit, means वो लोग legal battle हार गए थे. The company accepted the sentence straight away. The new patented carbolic acid product can be poisonous and viral infection. See, read all the questions. Label diagram also just see with me. In label diagram, just see from where the questions are going to start, like 18, 19, 20 and 21. Like it is like what? Fill in the blanks. See, it is the dash part of bottle, then 19 overfiltering, then inside made of dash. Here the last types of questions are what? Name matching. See, Justice Lindley, Justice Bowen, Mrs. Carlyle, Mr. Carlyle, the husband. The next questions also just read, like the person who initiated the lawsuit. I'm marking. The contract effectiveness can be established because the advert was issued public, including ordinary persons rather than professional. The person who wrote complaints of the company got no response. Marking vagueness of the advert terms was no obstacle for the people to see. First, I have read all the questions. I know that the keywords you people have marked, you may not be able to remember all the keywords. It's true. It's very difficult to remember all the keywords. But the thing is, no need to remember. Now just jump to yes, no, not given. Just see the keywords of two questions now. More rampant in London city than in rural, and the letter replied no signed name. So it was more rampant in London. Now I need to find out what? London, rural area, and no signed name letter. See, I'm reading. You also read with me. Kabbalic wall. Okay, first from the beginning I'm starting. 1880 and a flu, and the bottle was. So the first passage he's saying about bottle. So write down bottle by the side of the passage. Okay. Now, okay, nozzle part and the smoke ball. And the carbolic, okay, here the nose squeezed, just read, come on, be fast, newspaper, the advertisement, £100, and supplied, Lions Bank, and the disease contracted, and the family, okay, the ball was refilled, address in the square, London. See, London I got in passage B. There is no word like village, suburb area or rural area. So, go to the next passage, okay. Mrs. Louisa Elizabeth Carlyle. So the Mrs. Carlyle, so write on Carlyle, Mrs. Advertisement bought. So you need to read it up to the word letter. So here in the passage C, yeah, the letter word is here. So write on letter. So there is no mention of rural areas or the comparison between London and rural areas. Okay, write on not given. See, I have written not given. Now letter. Okay, the letter replied Mrs. Carlyle bearing signed name and the claim company's innocence. Up to what? Lawsuit. So the letter, I need to find out what lawsuit. Listen to me. Okay, here, see. They ignored the letter. See, Mrs. Carlyle saw the advertisement and used it passage C I'm reading. Contracted the flu 17 January and the claim that very fast they ignored the letters and her husband solicitor. The third request and letter, and if it is solicitor, complete confidence in the ball. Okay, so there was no signed name and they replied with anonymous letter. Anonymous. Now you may not know the meaning of anonymous. Just like you just assume anonymous means no one, right? So there was no signed name. Just like write down yes, right? They said no signed name, company's innocence. So yes. The Kabbalic Ball Company lost its suit and accepted the sentence straight away up to what? Patented carbolic acid product. They would need to the office and the Mrs. Carlyle brought the claim to the court barrister, and it was a contract between her and the company. So the company argued it was not the serious contract. The Kabbalic Ball Company, passage D, despite being represented by H.H. Justin, lost the argument. Yeah, it lost the argument. And did they accept the punishment? Appealed straight away. No. They appealed straight away. They did not accept the punishment. So the answer is no. Now I need to find out what? The new patented carbolic acid product can be poisonous and viral infection. Poisonous. So no, I'm not able to find it. Poisonous, no. See, instead of going very far and reading the whole passage and wasting your time for finding the word only poisonous, just write on not given and just take in care. Like I will have to find out poisonous word while doing the other questions. Now let's jump to the label diagram. Question number 18. So it is the dash part of dash bottle. So I think it was in first passage. So dash part of, find out the word part. Passage number A. Part, it was here. See the third sentence, the bottle was patented, designed and the nozzle part. So without any single thought, write down the word nozzle. See, I have written. Now question number 19. Or filtering. So find out the word filter. Just move ahead. Was the mental one with the gauze inside which filters? So which is used for what? A gauze. So write down word the gauze. So here the gauze. Instead of the is written, so write down only gauze. Now question number 20. Made of dash bottle. Alright. And dash inside. Question number 21. Made of dash bottle. A smoke ball was a rubber ball. So I can write down it was made of rubber or rubber. A rubber ball. Okay, made of rubber. So write down the word rubber. Dash inside. What is inside? Just go ahead. And the tube attached, it was filled with the carbolic acid or phenol. The tube would be inserted into the user's nose and squeezed at the bottom to release the medicine powder the vapors hold inside. So what is inside? Powder. See, I can write on medicine powder, but see the instructions, no more than one word. So only one word means powder. Remove the word medicine. Now to save your time, we immediately just jump to the questions name matching. See, the person who initiated the lawsuit. Lawsuit, I remember, it was in passage number C. Who initiated? Mrs. Carlyle saw the advertisement, bought one of the ball and used it in 3 times daily and nearly 2 months until she contracted the flu and she claimed, she claimed from like this one ball and she, okay. So who claimed? Mrs. Carlyle. So write down Mrs. Carlyle means C, right? Now the contract effectiveness can be established because the advert was issued to the public including the ordinary person rather than professionals. I don't think so. I have like read public word in like A, B, C, D passage. So let's go to the passage number E, right? Oh, here the Justice Lindley. Okay, write down Lindley and gave the first justice and then go fast and he believed the advert. So here the advert is written, intend to use and the public is written, read by the public and the would be ordinary person. Yeah, of course, the document right. So without wasting my time, I can go to Justice Lindley, right? So write down Justice Lindley, that is A. Now next, the person who wrote complaints to the company and got no response. So the complaints to the company and got no response. Here passage C, it was on the third request. So they ignored 2 letters from her husband. So Mrs. Carley's husband got no response. So it's D. Weakness of the advert terms was no obstacle for people to see the last question. Instead of wasting my time, see, you just go to the third passage and write on over here the B option, and after like the remaining half an hour I can come back and correct my answer. So in this manner I can manage my time. Understand? So now you people tell me, any question?
No, ma'am.
So what do you think? In 13 minutes, 13 questions I can finish?
Yes, ma'am.
Sure?
Sure.
Alright. So we'll meet tomorrow, right? With the other types of questions, other types of problems in IELTS reading, listening or writing.